Welcome to your weekly tarot reading check-in for August 11th to the 17th. Whether you are new or are a longtime subscriber, thank you for joining the Dog Star Pack. In this video, you will be choosing the reading destined for you based on your zodiac sign or your intuitive guidance. Each reading is timestamped below, so once you have selected your reading, go ahead and jump right to it. I'm Heather Ellis, and here on my channel, I combine the traditional tarot meanings with intuitive insights to bring forward messages meant to guide you. So whether you are here to learn tarot or to tune into the monthly and weekly forecasts, my goal is to support you in living with more purpose and self-trust. If you want to learn tarot, check out my Tarot Talk series where I break down one card each week in a simple bite-sized way. You'll find the link to the playlist in the description below. If you find value in today's video, please like, comment, share, and subscribe. It helps the channel grow, but also tells me what kind of content you want to see more of. So now let's dive into the cards and see what the week ahead has in store for each zodiac sign. So these readings are for every zodiac sign. For a complete picture of the weekly energy, select the piles for your sun, moon, and rising sign. And there are 3 ways to choose your reading. So first is, this is pile 1, pile 2, pile 3, pile 4. And pile 1 would represent your sun sign. This would be your moon sign. This is your rising sign. And if you don't know your sun, moon, or rising sign, one or all of them, then this pile number 4 would be for you. The other way to choose is intuitively. So which pile or rune right here are you drawn to? And you can choose your pile based on which ones you are drawn to for your sun sign, your moon sign, and your rising sign. And then the third way you can choose is by the element of your sun, moon, and rising sign. So for example, this will be fire, earth, air, water. So if your sun, moon, or rising sign falls in the signs of Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius, this one is for you. If your sun, moon, or rising falls in the signs of Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn, this one is for you. If your sun, moon, or rising falls in the signs of Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius, this one is for you. And finally, if your sun, moon, and rising sign falls within the signs of Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces, then this one is for you. Okay, so we're going to start. Check out the timestamps below once you have decided which pile you want, and I will see you there. For those of you who selected pile number 1 or reading number 1, this one here is for you. I'm just going to set the rune up here. We'll look at that in a moment. We're going to start with these tarot cards, and then we will look at some of the other ones. Okay, so the energy that you have for this week coming in, you have the Ace of Wands. That's a wonderful energy. I'm just checking the camera to make sure the cards are in the camera. And we have the Knight of Swords, and then we have the Knight of Wands. Okay, so this is a week of action for you, for sure. You are connecting to a sense of purpose or creativity here with this Ace of Wands, and it can also present as a brand new opportunity that presents itself this week for you. But with the Knight of Swords and Knight of Wands, this is telling me that there's a lot of movement going forward for you. So you are in the planning stages with the Knight of Swords. That is you taking the idea, taking this inspiration from this Ace of Wands and moving forward with it in a very strategized kind of way where you've thought it out. You've put some thought into it. You've put and some plans and a plan of action, and now you're going forward with it. But with the Knight of Wands as well, you're going for, like, you're just grabbing it, you're seizing that opportunity and you're running with it. So this can be a little bit rash. So again, but I'm not worried about it with that Knight of Swords here, because I do see that you are thinking things through, but you are moving quickly on whatever this opportunity is that presents for you. The opportunity can be in your money, work, can be in your personal life as well, can just be your day-to-day life, can be in your relationships. But whatever it is, it does connect to this sense of purpose, this creativity. It's inspired and inspired action. So if it's something at work, then it is something that you really connect to on a soul level, on a personal level. It allows you to tap into your creativity and those kinds of skill sets. If it's your relationship, this is fiery passion. This is connecting with someone on a soul level. So nice energy, beautiful energy. And again, it looks like you are seizing the day, but you are doing it with some thought and you are thinking things through a little bit. So I do like that. Now we're going to move into the next cards for you. I'm going to do your Archangel Power Tarot card, and you have the Knight of Gabriel. Okay, so another knight. So again, this is a week of action for you, taking action. So I'm going to say, if there has been something that has presented itself like last week, for example, and you were on the fence about it and what to do, get off that fence and just take some action. Do something this week, because the cards are supporting it. The energy around you is supporting this. So take advantage of that. So with the Knight of Gabriel here, this is telling you time to take action. Great passion for a cause, instinctively knowing just what to do. So trust that you are just going to know what to do. Even if at first, the beginning of the week, you seem a little confused, you're not quite sure, it will become clear. Again, with that Knight of Swords, that's mental energy. That's how we communicate. The information will come in. You will just know what to do and do it. Okay. And now we have the Shadow Work Oracle card. And this card this can be about some healing, the inner work, the shadow work, the things that are blocking you that you need to, bring to the surface so it's not getting in your way. And you have exploring your feelings. So delve into insecurities and unresolved emotions. So if part of those things are what are holding you back or making you second guess yourself, really question it. What is it that is hiding? What are you feeling, and why are you letting that hold you back? So something to address this week. And then our Reiki healing card that we have, you have be present. So this is saying the present moment is the one you are living now. The only moment over which you have any control. So be present is to be alive and feel alive right now, this very minute. So that's that seize that day energy. So I'm really excited about this. I do want you to comment below and let me know how things are playing out. What is going on in your life? What is this inspired action? I'd love to hear all about it. So comment below. And then finally, we're going to wrap up with your rune. I'm going to hold it up. Hopefully you can see that. Okay. So this is Ansur. I'm just looking up in the camera here to make sure that you can see it. So this is Ansur. And so Ansur, this is really a rune about leadership and taking leadership, taking control. It's about truth. It's about wisdom. It's also it can also be about like just communication. And with that Knight of Swords, this rune is really supporting that energy, but it brings a message that's insightful and inspires you, brings inspiration and what else? And blessings too. This is a good rune to have on your side. It does say that anything that you need to know is going to really come to you and support you on your journey forward. So those are the messages I have for you. I hope you enjoyed this reading. Be sure to like, share, subscribe, comment below, and I will see you next week. Take care. For those of you who picked pile number 2, this one here is for you. So I'm going to just move the rune over here, and I'm going to start with the tarot cards before we get into some of the oracle cards. And we have the 3 of Wands, we have the Knight of Cups, and we have the 10 of Pentacles. This is really nice energy here for you. I'm getting this sense though, so with the 3 of Wands, Knight of Cups, 10 of Pentacles. So it does look like to me, for many of you, this can be about your work, career, finance, or it can be about relationships, because we do have the Knight of Cups and we do have the 10 of Pentacles. So if we are looking at your relationships, this is looking at building stability in your relationships. If we're looking at your career, this is about bringing passion, bringing your heart, bringing your soul, your emotions into your career. So those are the 2 different ways that I see those kind of playing out. So you'll know which way it resonates for you. But with this 3 of Wands, this is indicating that you've already taken some actions, you've taken some steps here, and you're kind of waiting to see what is going to come back to you, what kind of returns are coming in. That's part of it. But for others of you, you could be going on some kind of a journey. So whether or not it's a trip or it is a relocation, you could be thinking about, where am I going to next? What do I want? What is in that big wide world that I want to achieve? And there's this connection to the heart space, to your emotional landscape, and moving forward. With the Knight here, you're looking at taking action. So I feel like for many of you, you've been pondering a change in your life, some kind of a change. And and whether or not that's in your relationship. And when I say relationship, though, that could even be like your home space. So perhaps some of you are thinking of relocating, moving, selling your house, moving somewhere else. Perhaps you're downsizing, perhaps you're upgrading. That's going to be different for each of you. And for others of you, you could be thinking about a change in your career. So whether or not that is you want to look at changing exactly what you do in the company you're currently with, moving companies, or perhaps you're not working and you're looking for a job. And if you're retired, it could just be a passion project, something that you're looking to do that you connect with that way. But you're taking action this week. So for some of you, whether or not it's work and you've put resumes out there, or kind of put that ear to the ground and put those feelers out there and kind of told your boss that, you know, you're looking for more of a challenge at work, however that plays out, or, you know, with your partner, if we're looking at relationships, you've had that communication, you've talked about, you know, how do we want to grow? Where do we want to go? What's next? What's that next chapter for us, right? But with that Knight of Cups, you're taking action with this, and whatever it is, you're looking to build more stability in your life. So whether or not that plays out in your connection with another person, if we're looking about relationships, or securing a home, right? Again, that can be your home. It creates that safety and security for you. Or this is your career, where it's like an opportunity to make more money, right? So that's going to play out differently for each of you, but the key things are, you've been thinking about a change. This is the week to be taking action on that change, and it's ultimately going to build more stability in your life for you. So I'm going to look at your Archangel Power Tarot card now, and we have the Empress. Yes, moving forward with those seeds that you have planted, or things that feelers that you've put out there. So the Empress here indicates that it's a time to act upon your plans. This is the time of action. Creativity is rewarded, and that Knight of Cups is also, it's not just emotional connection, but it is also your creative side as well. And luxurious or abundant resources. That supports that 10 of Pentacles. I just love when the cards support each other in their messages. And the next card I'm going to pull is the Shadow Work Oracle card. So this could be things that are like blocks, things that are hidden, things that are deep within your insecurities that you need to bring to the surface this week and recognize in order to integrate them and to keep them from holding you back. So your Shadow Work card is Heal Through Art. That's kind of the Knight of Cups creative expression as well. So express your shadow in art and let healing unfold. Okay, so if you have been wanting to write, if you've been wanting to paint, you want to create with clay, whatever it is, whatever, sing, dance, those are all artistic creative expressions. Do that. It will help you uncover any blocks that you have, help you heal through them and move past it so you can make your dreams come true. And now we have our Reiki healing card, and you have diligence here, and it says, today I will do my work honestly. I'll just leave it at that. That's a nice, simple message. And finally, and please comment below. Let me know how this is playing out. What is it that you're connecting to creativity? What area of life is this impacting you in or resonating with? And also, let me know what kind of artistic things that you like to do to heal yourself, right? And to connect with yourself emotionally and authentically. So finally, our rune here, I'm just looking up at the camera up here because I want to make sure that you can see it and there's no glare on it. I'm just going to move it a little bit. Okay, so this is Yara, and Yara indicates a change. Okay, so it's time for a change for you, really. That it's about being rewarded through all your hard work and efforts, like things that you've done. But you know, once you've seen those rewards through hard work, it's almost like that next chapter is ready, right? So that's where that change element comes in. So it's really, it's the heart. Yara typically represents like the harvest. It's the harvest time. And that's what I mean. So that, like, that one cycle ending and new one beginning, and that's where that change represents. But you know, with a harvest, it's a successful completion of one thing so we can move into the next one. So you're seeing cycles ending so a new one can begin, and outcomes and things like that. And that's what Yara represents. So I hope you enjoyed this reading. Be sure to like, share, subscribe, click on that notification bell, and I will see you next week. Take care. And for those of you who picked pile number 3 or reading number 3, this one here is for you. This is your reading. I'm just going to move the rune up here. I'm going to start with the tarot cards, and then we'll get into the oracle cards. Okay, so we have the Devil. That's quite the energy. So Devil is also Capricorn energy. So this can represent a Capricorn energy. or person in your life. So when I say Capricorn energy, this is someone who's very ambitious, climbs that mountain, hardworking, persistence, but also a little bit authoritarian, right? Rules, likes structure, but it can also represent a boss in your life. So I'm just going to leave it there. Other than that, I'm going to apply the devil energy to your energy. Oh, and we also have the star. And then we have the Five of Pentacles, and the Five of Pentacles is kind of about feeling left out in the cold. Okay, so what I'm seeing here, for anyone who picked reading number 3, with the Devil, the Star, and the Five of Pentacles, it's looking to me like you have some big dreams and goals that you want to achieve, but you're getting in your own way. Okay, so this is a week of self-reflection, because that Five of Pentacles, that can be an energy of feeling left out in the cold, feeling not connected, feeling a bit alienated, but it doesn't have to be that way, and it doesn't have to be that energy. And I'm feeling like it's you creating that feeling left out and not connected. So, and I feel like it's that connection to your dreams and your goals with that star energy. Like it's almost creating this sense of hopelessness that, oh, this is never going to happen for me. And this can relate to your relationships. This can be your everyday life, or this can be your money, career, finance. And if you're retired, it's about your passion projects, what it is that you're known for and doing out in the world. So, getting back to this, so I with the Devil and the Five of Pentacles flanking each side, I'm really seeing that it's more like you creating this sense of alienation, or not being supported, not having the financial support to make your dreams happen. So this is creating this sense of hopelessness. And with the Devil being here, this is why I'm thinking it's you doing it to yourself, is because of the Devil energy. This is what binds us. This is what keeps us from being our full potential, or meeting our full potential here with the Devil. It's all of our bad habits. It's all of our things, that self-limiting beliefs, behaviors, anything like that. It can even represent other people if we're in a codependent or toxic relationship, but it can be substances, materialism, egotism, like all those kinds of different things. So what I'm really feeling like with this, though, that there's this insecurity here, and so think about your mindset, your way of thinking, the way you see the world. Are you looking at everything as, the cup is half full versus like half empty versus half full? Like, what is your mindset? How is it that you see the world? And you need to focus this week on reframing. So reframing how you look at the world, how you see your situation, because I feel like you're seeing it as, no opportunities come in for me. Yeah, and it's disconnecting you from your dreams and your ambitions here, but it's your own self-doing here with the Devil. It's your own bad habits. It can be procrastination, right? That kind of thing. It could even be your spending habits with that Devil and the Five of Pentacles. Perhaps your spending habits are making it so you don't have enough financial support to make your dreams happen. So, but it's that kind of thing that you need to reflect at and look at this week. So I'm going to pull some other cards. I'm going to pull your Archangel Power Tarot card and see what that one says. And you have the Queen of Gabriel. So it says that you can do anything right now. Go after what you want, the ability to attract helpful people. And so some of that feeling left out in the cold with that Five of Pentacles is maybe you are not as alienated from others as you think you are. Reach out. Is always hope. Or there's always help around you. You just have to ask. People might not know that you want help or need help until you ask, right? People are not mind readers. Then the next card I'm going to pull is your Shadow Work Oracle card. So this is that deep down buried stuff that we carry with us that kind of prevents us from reaching our full potential. And once we bring that up into the light, then we can either resolve it or we can integrate it into ourselves and overcome that, and no longer becomes a limiting belief or behavior. So you have self-compassion. Yeah, I feel like you might be being a little too hard on yourself with some things too. So self-compassion, this is about embracing imperfections, helps you find strength. So again, I really and truly do feel like this is a week of reflection for you. And so you can reconnect with your dreams and your ambitions and your goals. And our final card, this is a Reiki healing card. We have conscious choice, and it says, oh, this is a long one. Okay, so anger is usually tied to responses in the past that are of little use to us as we grow personally and spiritually. And it is generally triggered when someone or something fails to meet our expectations, or sometimes, even more important, when we don't come up to our own expectations. However, although it may feel uncomfortable to realize it, anger is a conscious choice, and it is often just a habitual reaction to a given set of circumstances, so we can choose not to be angry just for today. Okay, so you may not have an anger issue, but what I'm really getting from this is like some of these things, these downfalls, is the emotional, your emotional body, right? And your emotions, that perhaps you're suppressing them too much, and versus letting them come to the surface, acknowledge them, appreciate them, and then let them go and release them. So it's that emotional maturity, emotional growth, and just emotional acknowledgement, and not letting your emotions run your life. But again, it doesn't mean that you have to control and suppress them down. You still need to feel. We are human. We are in this physical world to experience life, and part of that is feeling it as well. But being controlled by your feelings is one thing. Repressing them so you just don't feel them is another way to create blockages. So allow yourself to feel them, allow yourself to acknowledge them, but then choose consciously how you want to react. And I feel like that's part of your inner reflection too. Okay, we're going to move on to the room. Please comment below. I would love to hear how this is playing out for you, and just, is it an emotional thing, or is it a bad habit kind of thing? Like, what is it that you're reflecting on this week? I'd love to hear all about it. So please comment below. So your Rune, I'm just going to move it up here. I'm just looking in the camera to make sure that you can see that. And I'm hoping you can. Okay. There, can we see that? Okay, so that is Lagu. And so this is really, when you have Lagu coming up, this is time for you to like connect to your intuition. It's also a rune of renewal. So like almost like a renewed hope here. So I feel like this is, again, you're doing this inner work. You're doing this work to get in touch, because this is also, Lagu can also be about your flow of emotions. So you're connecting into this side of yourself. You're intuitively connecting into, or even just taking some time to reflect, some time of silence and quietness, connecting to your intuition, connecting into your emotions, letting them flow here. And then it's like choosing to trust yourself. And part of that is releasing anything that's holding you back, any of those, again, behaviors, thought patterns, whatever it is. And that's what I have for you this week. So I hope you enjoyed the reading. Be sure to like, share, subscribe, comment below, and I will see you next week. Take care. And for those of you who picked reading number 4, this one here is for you. So I'm just going to set the rune over here for a moment, and we're going to start with the tarot cards, and then we'll move into the oracle cards. Okay, so we have the 5 of Cups, this sense of loss and regret here. Then we have the 8 of Swords, being trapped, imprisoned by your own thoughts. And then we have the 2 of Swords, needing to make a choice. Okay, so I'm not going to lie to you. This is going to be a heavy week for you. I'm really seeing here, with the 5 of Cups, I feel like something, so whether or not this is in your relationships, your money, career, finance, your day-to-day life, your hobbies, whatever, that's going to resonate differently for each of you. But with the 5 of Cups energy here, I feel like something hasn't turned out quite as you were expecting. You've suffered some losses, you've suffered some setbacks, you've suffered some obstacles, whatever that's going to be for you, and you're disappointed, and you're feeling this sense of loss or regret, like almost like what you're thinking, maybe I made the wrong decision, maybe I should have done this instead, turned left instead of turning right, that kind of an energy. But one thing I do want to point out is with this 5 of Cups energy, even though we have spilt cups here, there are 2 standing cups in the background that give you that emotional fulfillment and connection. You're just not seeing it. And why are you not seeing it? Because you are trapped in your mind here. And I feel like whatever this setback is, whatever roadblocks, obstacles you encountered, it's causing you to second guess yourself, and it's making your mind spin, and it's making it so it's very difficult for you to move forward and make a decision on what to do next, because you're so afraid you're going to make a mistake again with this 8 of Swords, because this is being imprisoned and trapped in your own mind, in your own thoughts, in your own head. But you just need to take a step back to see the situation clearly, almost emotionally try and step back from whatever it is, this letdown, whatever it is, take a step back and try and look at it from a different perspective so you get a little bit more clarity. Okay. And that's going to help you, because with the Two of Swords, this is telling me you either have to make a compromise or you have to make a decision on the next step or next movement forward that you're going to be taking here. So you do have to make a choice. So the best way to do that, again, like I said, is trying to remove the emotions out of it and just look at it through a different lens, a different perspective. Look at, with this Five of Cups here and those two upright cups, it's also telling me, don't look at your losses, look at your wins, right? Whether or not that's experience, whether or not that's through your connections with others and relationships, your own fortitude, realizing what you are actually truly capable of doing, or this is like monetary, like what are the wins that you have achieved, okay? And focus on that versus the losses, and then how you can use that to propel yourself forward, and that's going to help you make that decision and choice that you have coming up. I'm going to move next to your Archangel Power Tarot card, and you have the Emperor. Yeah, you got to make a decision. There's something going on that you have to make a decision on. There's no clear whether or not this is your money, career, finance, or relationships, because I'm not seeing, like, yes, we have the Five of Cups of disappointed, which can be about relationships. With all this Swords energy, this is really about your mind, your communication, and making a decision and a choice this week. And that's the focus. But what area of life it's going to be will resonate differently for each of you. You know how it will connect. Please comment below. I'd love to hear which area of life that this is impacting you in. But with the Emperor, this is telling you that you have the ability for stability and efficiency. You're just stuck in your head right now with that Eight of Swords. And this is about taking charge of a situation and having ambitious plans. And I think you've had ambitious plans, and that's the thing. And when we have ambitious plans, yeah, we move forward with them with gusto, but obstacles always come up. It's just part of life, right? Everything is up and down. That's just the cycle of life, and that's just the way things play out. And I feel like whatever setback it is, you're a little disappointed. You didn't see it coming, and it's kind of like, thrown off your momentum, but it's time to get back on that horse and move forward. And that is what the Emperor is saying, that you can create stability and you can bring that efficiency to your plans and your actions and your movements forwards, but you need to make a choice and a decision. It's time to, it's like that shit or get off the pot. It's that time right now for you to make that decision. And so the next card I'm going to look at is your Shadow Work Oracle card. So this is the things that we kind of bury, hide within ourselves, parts of ourselves that we don't want to necessarily see. But unfortunately, if we don't bring them to the surface and to the light, we can't release them or integrate them into ourselves, and they actually hold us back on a subconscious level. So you have limiting beliefs. Okay. So ultimately, you become what you believe. So if you are in this process of, berating yourself here with this Eight of Swords because of whatever this disappointment is, it's time to stop that. If there's any negative self-talk, that is going on in your head, like, oh, how could I be so stupid? Why did I do that? I shouldn't have done that. I should have done this instead. Stop it. Stop it. What's done is done. You can't change it. It's just about picking up the pieces and moving forward and having a clear path ahead and really knowing what it is that you want to achieve. But by looking at those limiting beliefs, it will help you to release them and let them go, so you can help make that decision, that new decision that you need to make. And this is your Reiki healing card, and we have open-mindedness. So the problem we all have is that we generally only see things from our own perspective and often assume that the way we see things is the way others see things. This is often at the root cause of problems with other people, which in turn can lead to the development of negative emotions. So we need to become more open-minded. And perhaps that is one of the things that's going to help you with making that decision is that, not just seeing things from our own perspective, but taking that step back and trying to see your whole situation from a different point of view, seeing what your wins, your gains, what it is that you have achieved, not the things that the disappointments, and focusing on that. So finally, we're going to wrap it up here with our rune. I'm going to hold it up. I'm just looking up at the other camera here. So, because I want you to be able to see it, and I'm hoping that the light is not reflecting. I think it is. It's hard for me to tell. The color's funny in that camera. Okay, so this rune is called Need. I'm just going to set that down there. And Need represents obstacles. It's can be cause some frustrating kind of energy, but it can also reflect a change of direction, and it can reflect like surprises and things coming in. And I do feel like that is part of that cups energy here. It's time to change and pivot because we've come across some obstacles. So because of those obstacles, it can also lead to determination. It can also lead to innovation. The one thing you don't want to have happen with this energy is developing resistance, because when we develop resistance, we can't be adaptable to change and we can't make changes. So that's one thing, one caveat, one little word of warning with that Five of Cups as well. And Need here is whatever losses that you've suffered or whatever your decisions you might be regretting or wishing you didn't do, don't let that turn into a resistance to change, because that won't help you in moving forward. Again, focus on the positive, focus on the wins that you've had, and that will help you to make a clear decision going forward. So I hope you enjoyed this reading. Make sure you comment. I would love to hear how this is playing out for you. But I do hope you enjoyed this reading. Be sure to like, share, subscribe, and comment below, and I will see you next week. Take care. Thank you for joining me today, and I hope you found value in this week's video. If you enjoyed the reading, found it informative, fun, or both, please like, comment, share, and subscribe. And don't forget to check out my free weekly tarot tutorials and your zodiac signs monthly reading. Have a wonderful week and take care.